reloading it.
So, Adi, thanks for agreeing to do a review for us.
Mm-hmm.
Also, give us some feedback.
Yeah,
So,
it's my
before
pleasure.
you found us, what were you looking for, and what was your what were you looking for before you had our service?
So I was predominantly looking for a job change, and with some of the major tech companies, especially in the FANG group,
Mm,
Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. So I was predominantly looking for a career change.
mm,
And when I was started preparing for the interviews, and when I started to give interviews at one of these FANG companies, yeah, things did not go well because I always felt that I was giving them the right answers to the questions, but still I was not getting through. So
mm,
I was not. I did not know the reason because the feedback is not shared. So at that stage, I kind of hit a roadblock, and I did not know as to what was their expectation and how do I need to prepare. And that is when I found your group. I was trying to do a search across, and when I was pretty much active in LinkedIn, and in LinkedIn I came across your group,
mm,
and that is when I started interacting with your team, and that that's where it all started, right? And that really helped me set the platform and for my preparation. And with that it was of great immense help to know where my pitfalls are, where so I started working on those my pitfalls and started preparing, and I took many sessions, and session after session I saw that I improved myself. As it was your team helped me give me continuous feedback, and at the same time build me, more confidence in facing the interviews. So that was the best part of uh, coming to your team. Mhm.
So, when you were searching for us, did you find other options available on the internet, or
Yes,
how did you?
I did
Yeah.
find a few options, but most of them were focused on business centric. So those are more for business roles. So I did take up a few sample sessions from them. Yeah, but they were not close to technology, and they were not close to what I was looking for. So I
Mm,
was looking for somebody who had actually been through the process, who
mm,
have been in the industry, in the same tech industry, and who exactly knew what the process looks like and what to expect. And one advantage I had was from your team is basically people were from across the all companies, so
mm,
they had all the flavors. So
mm.
that was one of the best thing.
So
Yeah.
you had somebody from Facebook, you had somebody from Amazon, you had somebody from Google, helping you
Exactly.
out in this
Exactly. Yeah,
process.
that's right.
What was the if what
Hmm.
was one of the major or obstacle that
Hmm.
made you probably think twice about working with us? Like, was there something that made you think twice? Like, okay, or I would say that almost prevented you from going with us.
Well, I did not see any obstacles, but when I started preparing and gave one or a couple of interviews, they still didn't go my way. But again, I didn't want to lose my confidence, and I still had faith in your team
Mm,
because your team was preparing in the right way for me, and I
mm,
had to. The glitch was from my side, from a technical point of view. So I had to brush up my technology skills
mm,
along with my behavioral skills,
mm,
and that needed some time.
mm.
So as time went by and I started preparing and I took more and more sessions, I became more confident, and that is where it helped out eventually.
What made you the happiest working with my team?
The happiest part was the motivation. At no stage, each of your team member discouraged me. Even after telling my failure stories, even after me being a bit nervous on the process, on how things would go on the final day of the on-site interviews, your team always encouraged me and gave me the build that confidence. So that really helped me on the day of the interview, and that's what helped me get through. So that was one of the major plus points, I would say, that your team helped me.
Uh, what have you been able to achieve using our product and service?
The major thing I would say is the right way to prepare for interview at the big tech companies. And again, this learning, I would say, does not stop here, right? Even when I look out for future opportunities, I
Mhm.
have documented all the learnings that I've had from the sessions with your team, and I will take it forward, and definitely it's a learning for life, and
Mhm.
I will take it forward, and it will definitely help me, because what your team has taught me is how to approach and what is the right way to interview, right? How to prepare for the tech interviews, what is expected, and if you see across the industry, more or less the mix would be the same kind of
Mhm.
preparation that would be needed, right? Because the bar is pretty high from your team members, right? Because the expectations when we actually answer the kind of refinement that you give for the answers, you set the bar pretty high for that. So that meeting that bar will really help, and it has helped me a lot in the present, and in the future too, it will really help me.
What's the main reason you recommend our product or service?
Yeah, the main reason I recommend is, and I've already done few past recommendations as per
Yeah,
as
yeah,
you know, right?
yeah.
So that's what I tell them. If you definitely the individual has to work put an effort from his end as well, but the guidance and the right path that is needed in order to crack the interviews at the big tech companies, that is something that your team provides, and it's more like from a personal point of view, right? Every individual is different, and your team first assesses the weakness of the candidate and basically provides a feedback, and then conducts more sessions based on the improvement, right? So that is one very good thing that I've observed, which I did not get it from I did take a couple of sessions from other few people from other service providers, but I didn't get the kind of same personal help, uh, and the kind of flexibility your team gives me, right?
Mhm.
Based on my flexibility, the sessions are scheduled, and it was very flexible. And whenever I needed sessions, your team responded so well. And when I was cutting close to the interview dates, and your team really helped me get me more sessions as per my needs. I understand it's a give and take, but definitely um, that flexibility is something that I really like about your team.
Thank you very much for an awesome review. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I'll stop the recording now.
Sure.